On December 30th, 2025, a passenger at a Florida airport gate was handcuffed and charged with disorderly intoxication. This analysis sets aside the drama and examines one question: does the law support that arrest? The controlling statute is Florida Statute Section 856.011, disorderly intoxication. It is a second-degree misdemeanor, and it has a structure that decides this entire case.
How are you guys? What's going on?
So, they're in group 5. We have a bag policy that we were trying to explain.
Yep.
The gentleman got upset.
Yep.
He said that she spoke to him first.
Okay.
He said that he was not going to pay for the bag. So when he came up, I boarded them biometrics, the wife and the kid. I went and I asked him, sir, you need to come around so that they can go ahead and
For the bag. Yeah.
Correct. He said no, then he started calling her out. Her name was very disrespectful. He said that he wanted to spit in her face. Then she comes, and I said, if you guys are going to all come, I need you all to come around the front so you guys can stay together. There's 3 of them.
Okay.
She comes and she goes in the jetway after I asked her, and I asked her, ma'am, come outside. She said she didn't want to move, and then she blocked me from doing my job of closing the door. So then she went and she touched me. I said, stop touching me. Now I just asked for the passport so I can remove them from the flight. She wants to go touch me. I said, back up, stop touching her. And now she's asking for forgiveness that, she wants to apologize for how they spoke to her and how they treated her. She said, no, you guys should have thought about that prior to doing the flight.
Let me ask you, when she entered into the jet bridge here, she was allowed to they had tickets to go in?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
She was boarded.
That's all I want to make sure. So I don't worry about a breach situation. All right, so what are we doing with them?
They're not coming on.
Understood, and they're aware of this?
Yes.
All right. You guys speak English or no?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you got? So what's going on?
Okay, so we're coming from Tampa.
Yep.
So we fly with that bag.
Yep.
We don't pay for it.
I understand. But so let me explain real quick for you. And that happens common with them. Okay? So this is their hub. This is their training grounds. This is everything that they do for Spirit is hubbed out of Fort Lauderdale. Tampa may have not charged you. I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday.
Why she explain me that?
I will,
Simple,
but I will.
simple like that.
I will explain.
She told me, no, you have to pay, and that's it.
Because who knows what's watching them, right? Listen, I hear you, but that's an irrelevant thing to me. However, when it comes to the bag, they have to charge you. There's no way around that. They did something wrong in Tampa, doesn't happen here, correct?
But it's the same company.
You're right, but they can do things that because it's not a training area. I'm telling you, a lot of things happen in other airports, and then they come here and they're like, hey, they may have done something in Boston, right? But when you get here, they're going to follow it by the book. I understand it's frustrating as a customer to you, but for them, they're not doing anything wrong. They're following policy. Tampa did something wrong. Tampa should have charged you. You understand? So now we're in a situation where they're going to remove you off of this flight because they're allowed to do that. It's a private company, and that's that. There's nothing that you can do about that, and that's obviously a decision that's being made, right? Is that they're not going to deal with it, and that's what they want to do.
Why they taking me out from the flight?
Because of how I guess you guys were talking with them, that you guys decided to enter it as a family versus just one person, and that's how it went down. So now they're going to
we say sorry to him.
I understand.
I don't touch
but it's still a private company.
We say sorry a lot of times. It's our Christmas vacation. We are family. Look, it's just.
I hear you, but there's nothing I can make them do. Right? It's a private company. I can't make them say,
so
hey.
What am I supposed to do?
So what's going to happen is they're going to reimburse you your money. It takes 5 days, and you guys can rebook with another airline.
With who? We don't know.
I don't know where are you going to? Cancun? Will they allow them to rebook? Okay. So he's going to put notes in. He says you may go down to rebooking and talk to a supervisor outside there and see if they want to rebook you, but that's going to be the situation. As of right now, this is what we're dealing with.
So what time we're going to fly?
You may not fly with them at all. It's going to be up to a manager. They're going to decide to let you fly. They removed you off of this flight.
But
why they do that?
Why they do that?
Why?
It's our family trip.
I understand that.
It's our family trip, and we say sorry to them.
But I can't make them accept an apology. There's nothing I can do on that.
Well, let me talk to him.
You can talk to whoever you want, but
What happened?
I went up and down the line to check the people who had carry-on bags. And I said, hey, sir, let me see your booth. He was on booth 5 before he reached the front, so he don't block the boarding area. You need to pay for the bag. I'm not paying for the bag. And I was like, all right, so I let him stay in the line. I'm not going to push him off the line, but when you reach the point right here, we're going to advise you one more time. Because George advised him, oh, you have to pay for the bag. He's like, I'm not paying for the bag. I came from Tampa like that. I want to speak to a supervisor. Okay, well, we're going to close the door. If the supervisor don't come, you're going to stay behind. He's like, goes on and on. He called me. He said, I want to spit you in your face. He told me mad shit, and I was like, listen, you could talk to your wife and your mama like that, but you're not gonna speak to me like that, okay? Because that's disrespectful. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm in my tone, but then he was acting real stupid, and then once I said,
Acting real stupid how? Other than
just verbally. And then once they saw that we're really going to leave them behind, they want to calm down and said, oh, I'm traveling with my child. You should have respected child before that because you're not even respecting him. That
did
little
anybody
boy,
try to go through?
she went through, but they were boarded. And we asked her to come out because we were going to close the door, and she's like, I'm waiting for my husband. I said, your husband is not going to travel, and you're not going to travel either, because she was acting stupid too. I didn't see, but George said that he pushed through because I'm here dealing with him, and George was trying to deal with her over there, and so I didn't see all that.
I speak a little bit, not too much English, but I can try. Okay, we came from Tampa. It's our Christmas vacation. We came from Tampa, and we don't pay for that bag. So when we come inside, the lady told us we need to pay, and my husband said, why? If we come to Tampa and we don't pay anything, why I must pay? No, because you need to pay. She don't explain anything about you are in Fort Lauderdale, you are in Tampa. She don't say nothing. She only say you are in Tampa, you need to pay, and with bad, it was a bad explain, she can explain why we need to pay. So the only thing we put there, we don't understand what is the sites for the packages we need to pay or not. And my husband and her start to, ¿cómo se dice? To fight. Like, I don't want to pay, I want to pay.
Fight or argue? Fight or argue?
That way.
Argue?
Like talking to each other.
Okay.
And that's it.
And where were you?
Well, here inside, because I'm nervous. I don't want the plane go.
What happened when you went inside?
Nothing. The other guy come in, and he told me I need to come out, and I say no, but I don't touch him. I'm a woman. I don't want to touch him. And he yelling at me very bad. He's a worker here, and I'm a client. I don't know. And he yelling at me very, very loud outside. You can check the cameras. I don't touch him. I guess I can touch him.
Okay, so we fly from Tampa with this bag. I don't pay for that bag in Tampa. I never pay for that bag wherever I go. I never pay when I take it with me. I never pay for that bag. So when I get here, this lady told me I must to pay, I don't know, like $9,900 for $99 for that bag. So I tell her, hey, I'm not gonna pay because I don't pay, I never pay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to pay right here. But at the point,
Where's George going?
the point with these two guys, they talk to. That's why I feel so bad, so because they talk to you like they are the owners or they have some I don't know, some this kind of authority, like hey, shut up or something like that.
You're gonna walk with me for a minute.
My husband too?
He's gonna come in a little bit.
Okay, just me?
Just you.
Okay. So.
We're gonna walk out.
Oh, okay.
Kevin.
Hi. Bueno. My husband?
He's coming.
And here is the decisive fact. Across the entire recording, intoxication is never established. No alcohol is mentioned, no drinking is observed, no odor, no slurred speech, no field observation appears anywhere. A charge that requires intoxication, supported by zero evidence of intoxication, fails at the first element. Florida appellate courts have enforced this requirement with unusual consistency. In Jernigan v. State, the First District reversed a conviction where an intoxicated defendant yelled and threw his keys. In Ivy v. State, the same court reversed where the defendant was loud, profane, and flapping his arms. In Blake v. State, smelling of alcohol, talking loudly, and using profanity in public was held insufficient. The lesson of those cases is blunt. Even a clearly drunk, loud, profane person has not committed this crime. The state must prove genuine endangerment or a real public disturbance, not mere noise or rudeness. If that standard reverses convictions against people who were actually intoxicated, it collapses here, where intoxication itself was never shown. There is a second independent defect. The conduct attributed to this passenger is speech. She objected verbally, declined to leave a jet bridge, and disputed a fee, that is expression. In State v. Saunders, the Florida Supreme Court held that speech supports a public order conviction in only two situations: fighting words that tend to incite immediate violence, or false statements creating imminent physical danger. Profanity, loudness, and verbal defiance of an official fall outside both categories. They are protected by the First Amendment, however offensive a listener finds them. On this record, none of the passengers' recorded speech approaches the Saunders threshold. The third defect concerns the arrest itself and the Fourth Amendment. A warrantless arrest requires probable cause, and for a misdemeanor, Florida applies the in-presence rule. The offense must generally be committed in the arresting officer's presence, subject to narrow exceptions. The recorded predicate is thin. The decisive jet bridge conduct came from airline employees secondhand. The officer did not personally witness the alleged obstruction that supposedly justified the arrest. Probable cause built primarily on civilian hearsay for a misdemeanor sits on contested legal ground. There is also a structural irony worth naming. The officer correctly explained the law of the airline. He told the family that Spirit is a private carrier, free to enforce its bag policy, and to deny boarding. He was right, but a private fare dispute is not a crime, and police cannot convert one into an arrest without an independent, cognizable offense.
Okay, so what am I
We're
supposed to
gonna
do?
walk out and we'll talk outside.
Outside the what?
Outside of the terminal.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
They refunded your ticket.
And what am I supposed to do?
Huh? I'm gonna explain it to you out here.
I know, but I need to wait for my husband
He's gonna come.
and my child.
Yep. Come on.
Oh my God. So let me ask. I can buy another ticket to go to Cancun?
Eventually, but not with Spirit.
Okay, but I need to stay here because I need to
Well, right now you don't have a ticket, which means you can't stay there.
No, I know I don't have a ticket. I need to buy one. Right?
We'll discuss that out here.
Oh my God. No.
I gotta get some.
No.
I gotta
Why?
get some
Why?
more information.
No. Oh my God, but what I do?
Now you're under arrest.
What I do? Why?
You're under arrest.
¿Por qué?
Algo más extra. Dame tu teléfono, suéltalo.
Pero
Yo
¿por
te-
qué
yo
me
hablo contigo
hacen
ahora.
eso?
Yo hablo
No.
contigo ahora, pero
No, ¿por qué no hacen eso? No me hagan eso, mi hijo, no me hagan eso.
Not to do this in front of her
Mira,
son, so
tratamos de no hacer.
No, yo no hice nada,
Ok, mira.
Ok, ya.
Cálmate, porque si vas a hacer entonces vas a ser peor, ¿ok?
Ok, gracias. Oh my God. I can put my hands
You gotta go back.
here.
No. Put them in the
Please.
back. Just sit to the side.
Please.
Sit just like that.
And my husband, my child, please.
You can't talk to them right now.
Please, por favor.
If you sit at an angle, it'll take the pressure off of your wrist.
The what?
Hold up.
So what?
If you sit like this, it'll take the pressure off your wrist.
Removing the family was lawful and private. The criminal charge is the part that lacks support. With the legal framework set, the grades follow from the standards, not from sympathy. The arresting officer receives a D+, and the grade is provisional. His demeanor and force discipline were sound. He listened. He explained the carrier's rights. He used no excessive force. But the charge of record requires intoxication that the footagant never establishes, and the arrest predicate is largely off-camera. The grade is provisional because a decisive act may have occurred outside the recording. On the visible evidence, the charge is wrong. The passenger receives a B. On camera, she is calm, cooperative, and articulate. She denies physical contact and invites review of the terminal cameras, which is the conduct of someone confident in her account. The grade is not higher only because the alleged jet bridge refusal is unverifiable, neither confirmed nor cleared by the footage. The airline staff and the agency are not graded as sworn parties, and the case outcome remains unknown. From this incident, several practical lessons emerge for officers and citizens alike. First, match the charge to the elements. An officer should never file an intoxication charge without evidence of intoxication. Second, hearsay from a business is a reason to investigate, not a substitute for personally observed probable cause. Third, a commercial dispute is not a crime, and lawful removal is not lawful arrest. For the citizen, the lesson is restraint. Contest a fee through the airline and the courts, not by refusing lawful orders in the moment. The footage shows the cameras are watching. Composure on the record is itself a defense. The strongest protection is knowing which words and acts the law actually reaches, and which it leaves untouched. Court records in this case were not available at the time of analysis, and the agency and officers could not be confirmed from the footage. If you have verified documentation, share it in the comments below. If you found this analysis useful, consider subscribing for more legal breakdowns of police interactions. Thank you for watching.